This message is for all of my children. Some of you don't know me, have no information about me. Some of you have other men that have claimed you as their own. Some of you look like me and some of you don't. Some of you know me but haven't been with me. And some of you have been with me. But you don't have to be jealous of one another, because the truth of the matter is that I've treated you all the same. In your minds, I've never done anything for you. And those that I'm presently with and have been with, in most instances when things were done, it was done by the other parent and not by me. And so, judging on the merits of give and take, I would probably come up guilty in your mind of being unworthy as a father. But I tell you this because I want you to know this man. You know, I grew up without a father. So I know that without a father you can survive. So there was no doubt in my mind that you'd be able to survive. Now, many of us, when we don't have a father, sometimes we were not raised by our parents at all. Some of us were raised by strangers, friends. Some of us were raised by distant relatives. And so we missed some of the things that would come from being raised by that what you call that neutral family. And some of us have gained something by not being raised by that nuclear family. In any event, I have survived by the grace of something. And you have survived by the grace of something. But I don't want you to think that you weren't on my mind. You were always on my mind. As a youngster, I grew up wild like maybe some of you were. I don't know. Where I come from, guys were wild and young, but not only guys, girls. When we grew up and finally maybe something gave us curiosity to experience sex, and we found out it was so great, so grand, that once we had dibbled and dabbed in it, we weren't going to stop. And trying to sneak when parents were saying don't do it, ended up with a child. Not only was I not prepared to be a father, most of the mothers weren't either. That's why they were raised, you guys were raised up by someone else. And even though some were raised by your mothers, because you weren't raised by me, there was a lot of support in the family. And you have survived in spite of everything. But now why? What's my excuse? I don't have an excuse. It's just this, ladies and gentlemen. I call you ladies and gentlemen because, in a sense, that's what you are. Let me tell you what's more important. Everything that you have gone through, others have gone through it as well. Many have gone through worse. And even presently, when we think that socially we have progressed, really when it comes down to humanity, we have retrogressed, and we are not as nice as we try to pretend that we are. But what's going to change that? When all efforts are prone to drive people towards selfishness to survive, to do this and to do that. You know all the things that you see people do trying to survive. I don't know how you really feel about life, whether you feel that you should commit to do anything to survive for yourself, your children, or if your family is just more important than any other family to you. All of these kinds of things, well, I had to go through them. I had to deal with them. I'm sure you do as well. To me, what I wanted for you was something that if I had just put myself within the family structure as we know families to be, I might have made things a little better for those that I was with. But the society at large would have been falling all apart, all around me, like it's been doing all the time. And so it was more important to me that your future, your future may be structured in such a way that though you might have had to come through some strange and rough times, that the future would be bright and would be made so much easier because I cared, not just for you, but for everybody in the same situation as you. I cared because it needed someone. I needed someone to be out there to do something to make life better for me. You need someone. And the only way I can guarantee that you get someone is for me to get out there. Now, as far as your survival, I put that in the hands of your parents and your other parents, your relatives, and God. But I trust no one out here to make this society better, because I've seen no president, I've seen no mayor, no governor, I've seen no preacher, except Dr. Martin Luther King, the last one, who tried to do something about making life better for us during these ages. And he was shot dead. And nothing really has happened since then, but we've gone down that old rotten pole. But we can come up. I believe we can come up. I know we can come up. I'm giving it every day of my life, trying to make sure that not only you, but your children and your grandchildren can feel so much more fulfilled in this life, fulfilled that dreams are being met in this life, than a fake promise of something that might happen after death when we have no control. This, we have control. I got as much control as I have. And I'm doing it. I'm trying my best. You know, I used to want people to help me, to give me support. I tried. I trusted that. That's why it's taken so long. I trusted in people's proclamation that they were loving people, that they were Christians, that they were nice, and all of the fine things that you can think of. I trusted that it was true. That's why I ran for so many public office: mayor, governor, U.S. senator, president. I did these things because I know that not only you, not only Americans, but people all over the earth should have a wonderful life because it's been prepared for them. I know this. But as I was reaching out to other people who profess to be in this vein of thought, I found I stood alone. And so right now, I tell myself that I understand that if it were only me, it would be controllable. But because it includes all of you, in order for the things that I live for to happen, it would take the agreement of all of you. Now, I don't have the power to do that, but I do have the power to find some joy in telling you, my children, and everybody else that get a chance to listen to this, that there is a God. When I say God, I'm talking about a power that we cannot see, that is responsible for all the existence that our intelligence, our senses will identify with. And that it's wonderful that those things that are coming amongst us, that gives us and offer us the best that life has to, it has already been provided outside of us, and that which is needed outside of that is in us, allowing us to give of ourselves in careers of our own choosing that would be directly in the process of creating the goods and services that gives us this wonderful life. And it doesn't cost us anything, but it seems that people just can't see their children. But I can. So my joy comes in saying God loves you, and God is prepared that these things happen. You have been lied to and deceived. That's why you think the way you think. If you change your thinking, change your mind, and act a different kind of way, a way that says others are just as important as you, and you're not going to settle for anything less than that, and that is the day that paradise will begin for not only you, but for your children and your grandchildren. And I'm not just talking to my children. I'm talking to all children. I love you. That's not my voice.